Yeehaw!
Yippity doo
Yee,
dah.
yee,
We're
yee,
back in
yee,
the
yee,
building.
yee, 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 yee. Give him the lazy eye. That's from I don't know if anyone ever saw FIFO Goes West.
You look like the right now. You look like the dude in the biker gang that only got in because his big brother ran it.
Well, anyways, I don't know if y'all ever saw FIFO Goes West, asshole. I'm still in the gang. I'm gang, son.
He said, "I'm still in the
You
gang."
can hate from outside the club.
You're the water boy of the
Bitch.
gang.
I'm the what?
The water boy of the gang.
Hey, hey, whatever keeps me alive. Hey, water boy's essential.
He said, "I still got my switchblade."
He said, you know what?
And the lazy.
Give him the lazy eye. No, that's from Files Goes West. If you
Which
haven't
way
seen
did
it,
he go?
it's a dog that they were out west.
Out west.
They
like
made it out
Travis
west.
Scott and
Yeah.
Young Thug.
Made it out west. Yeah,
Dope.
that song was about Feifel.
That sounds
Goes
about
west
right.
about the dog, because the dog taught Feifel, who was a mouse, how to stand up for himself, and one of the big things was giving him the lazy eye.
Really, if you think about it, that song was about, how all of us have a little bit of dog in us, and if we really tap into it, that
Oh,
us too can teach a mouse one day to give him the lazy
but if
eye.
you give a mouse a cookie,
He's gonna ask
he's
for
gonna
a
ask for
fucking cup
he's
of milk.
gonna ask for milk. Now, do you remember that movie? It was like the new guy or some shit like that. Do you remember that?
What was it about?
Like Eddie Murphy was in it, and like the kid was a dork. Like he got bullied heavy, so he went to a new school, but he ended up being like the cool kid from the school, and like he brought the whole school together type shit on some
I
random
don't
stuff.
believe I saw this movie.
And like Eddie Murphy was like training him to like be cool, but then he told him to give him like the eye, like you, like, like, and then everyone's just like, I don't know. That kind of reminds.
That's funny as fuck.
Hey, bro, but you gotta give him the lazy eye.
You just gotta give him
You
the
got-
lazy eye.
I don't know. If
That reminds me of the fucking episode of George Lopez. Whenever he told Max, he said, "You gotta always have one looking at the one you're talking to, and then one looking at the other prospects in the room."
cockeyed.
He
Look
said,
at
"They
that.
say I'm cockeyed, but I'm really looking for my next prospect."
Holy shit. Oh my god. Hey, it's good to be back. Honestly, we had to take a hiatus. We have animals who tore into some cords that we had.
Yeah, that was fun, enjoyable actually.
Yeah, it was fun to come in here when we were gonna record and see cords and stuff torn up. 'Cause I have a cat now, and also I've had a dog, but the dog likes to chase the cat around, and the cat likes to be a menace. So the tag team duo likes to tear shit up. Essentially, is
They
what
go
that's-
demon time on each other and on our shit, so that's always a
Well,
blessing.
I mean,
to
they're
come
on
home
demon time
to.
separately, but then when they come together, still
It's demon time.
always, yeah. So that's been fun, but we're back now. We're back on the pod. I know you missed us dearly, truly, honestly, hopefully.
I think you did. You might have. You
So,
might not.
hey, in the
That's
mean,
neither here nor there.
but yeah, no,
Because you love us.
you do. While we've been gone, I got a haircut. I got roasted for a week straight at my job. At my job, every day.
Yeah.
Because the lady who cut my hair, she fucked my shit. I wanted a trim, and by trim I mean like my hair was past my shoulders. It was like a little past my shoulders, like at my collarbone. I said I wanted it to the bottom of my neck. She cut that shit to the bottom of my ear. Yeah, but my hair's curly, so she cut it wet, so she fucked up. But she gave me a bob. It was like the bowl cut of long hair, basically, is what she gave me. Like, if I had shorter hair, it'd be a bowl cut, but I had longer hair, so it was a bob.
He looked like Coconut Head with a full fucking mustache and beard.
I got called Lord Farquaad.
That was a good one.
No, the rough part was, right before that, I had shaved my face off for the solo stash, and it just did not look right with the Lisa looking ass haircut that I had.
Hell yeah. I don't know. Honestly, when is the last time we recorded? Was it like a month ago?
It was almost a month ago now, yeah.
I don't know if I've had my hairstyle like this on the pod yet.
With the buns?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Have I?
You've had the buns for a minute, yeah.
Well, 'cause I don't remember. I
Definitely
guess
had
I'm
the
saying is
buns.
like I think the last time we recorded, I think I wore a beanie or just had it tied up in one bun. But no, yeah, I've been doing some different variations with my hair since it's getting a little bit longer. But I've been considering cutting it all off for my birthday, 'cause like I'm kind of over it. Not over it, but I'm getting there.
What, the hair?
Yeah,
It's a lifestyle choice for sure.
it's a maintenance thing.
Dude, like, there's time. I just love my hair so much. I don't know. It's a part of me now. Adverse, especially looking back at my old pictures of myself. I don't think I can go back. You know what I
Right.
mean? But no, like at nighttime when I'm sleeping and it's just in my face, in my mouth, just like I have to like it gets annoying. I think I'm so used. I'm so used to it now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really phase me anymore. It's just a part of the process now. Or like when I'm eating and the shit's in my face, or if I have to throw up, shit's in my face.
Enjoyable.
Dude, it's just constantly in your face, and you gotta just get used to it. But it's a part of the flow, bro. The ebb and flow of life.
It is.
It's growth, bro.
It is.
My hair represents me spiritually. Growth,
Okay.
growth.
I'm with you.
It's constantly growing.
Okay. I can.
We're
I can
we're
get
growing.
behind that.
It's growth.
I can get behind that.
Once I let go of the past, it all just started growing.
What, the knowledge
Yeah, everything.
by the strand?
Through each hair that grows, I gain
Knowledge.
more knowledge. The knowledge grows with it. The hair actually holds the knowledge. If you wonder why I'm so freaking a genius,
So freaking a genius. You heard it here first, folks.
it's 'cause of the hair.
If you want to be so freaking a genius, just grow that hair out and let each strand of hair bring all the knowledge into your vibes, and then let your vibes just go through the pores of your head into your skull until your mind is just so knowledgeable that you're just vibed out.
Look, I have a vibe catcher, and that vibe catcher is what makes my hair grow 'cause there's no negative vibes.
You too can have a vibe catcher for the low price of.
Hey, dude, selling them $30 for each vibe catcher. They're not made yet, but once they are, just know it's $30 a vibe catcher.
It's so exclusive too because each single vibe catcher catches a different vibe than the other.
It
There's
gives
no
off-
two vibe catchers will catch the same vibe.
Look, this is the thing. They catch vibes and they give vibes.
They're giver and takers of vibes.
It's like the yin and yang of vibes and catching. You've heard of dream catchers, but this one catches vibes. Catch a vibe.
It's not a bad idea. I feel like you could sell it to some stupid people.
Dude, I'm gonna make one eventually. Like if there's merch, we gotta make a vibe catcher.
Fucking vibe catchers. Everybody has a fucking vibe catcher in their room. Do you see my fucking vibe catcher?
Dude, it's the live, laugh, love of. It's like you remember. Okay, look, you remember when dream catchers? I don't know if you remember. It was like a thing when we were like younger, like '90s trend too. Everyone for some reason just had dream catchers.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I have one.
Yeah. See, but like everyone just had one. But like not even because they were even worried about dreams. They were just like, hell yeah, let me get
I like to catch my fucking dreams.
negative J's, dude. Fuck yeah. So, but like,
Get all negative energy out of here.
exactly.
Get that fucking negative energy out of here, dude, before I fucking get my vibe catcher on your bitch ass.
Vibe. See, my catcher's not really picking up your vibes right now, dude.
I kind of fuck with your vibe, so I'm gonna go ahead and fucking throw this master ball at it and fucking catch that vibe real quick.
Here, catch. Oh, you caught that vibe, real. Holy shit. Fuck. What else has happened since we've been gone? Gas prices.
Through the roof, dude.
I mean, we're in Texas, so I
Paid
mean, it's not-
$65 to fill up the other day.
that's rough.
That hurt.
You remember back when it was like $30 to fill up?
Dude, I remember when it was like 22, 25.
Really puts things into perspective.
Dude, it
doesn't
hurts. Every time like I see it getting low, I'm like, should I just walk to work? I mean, I it might take a couple hours.
Dude, I've seen a
but,
couple
like,
places that like $3.50 a gallon, $3.60 a gallon.
It's sad that that's a deal.
Yeah, relatively, it's still a lot, but relatively,
It's pretty fucking.
it's pretty.
cheap.
It's on the cheaper side right now. So
That's
could
true.
definitely be worse. Yeah, gas prices are not looking great.
Absolutely not.
Dude, milk went up.
How much did it go?
A gallon of milk is, I think, like what it used to be like 3 and some change.
Inflation, bro.
It's like 4 and some change, like close to $5, I think, a gallon.
Inflation, bro. You know, it's like
Bro, what? But dude, 24 pack of water used to be like
$1, $1.50.
like 2 or something, like 2 something, like 2.50, almost $3. Now it's like over $4 for a 24 pack of water. The fuck's that?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's
Honestly, though, they do have refill stations, so I feel like that's on us also. Like,
It's getting outrageous out here. I might not being picked up. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm good. Why was it doing that to me? Oh, it hasn't been doing that often.
hey, you caught it now, and that's what matters.
I think we're good. I think it has been working. I've been looking at it every now and then, but I just saw it wasn't moving. But nah, gas prices are getting to a point where it's becoming like a real financial decision of saying like, should I get an electric car? You know what I mean? Like, I almost feel like if you're in the oil and gas industry, you gotta be putting some stock into the electrical car companies and like shit like that, because you know at one point that shit's gonna flip, and your industry is not gonna. Maybe it's not gonna be in your lifetime. Maybe it is, but that industry is gonna flip at some point to where people go away from using oil and gas as much, and go more towards like solar energy and regular like renewable energy and stuff
We're
like
already
that.
seeing that flip though happen.
True, but what I'm saying is like it's almost like a financial decision if you're on the consumer side of life, like how much longer can you exist in a fucking gas taking car? I don't know what the word is there. But
Great job.
yeah, fuck off. But if you're in the industry, you almost have to know that shit's gonna flip at some point, so you kind of have to have some type of contingency plan, right? You have to have some type of stock on the other.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they're like hands in everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hands in all the shit that they can. All right. Wait.
Hands in all the shit that they cans.
So we gotta hit the.
Hit it.
We gotta hit the low hanging fruit here because it's easy pickings here. Let's cover what happened recently. Will Smith. What was the other thing we were talking about that happened recently?
Not write it down.
No, I didn't write that one down. It was like Will Smith at the Oscars.
Oh, and we were talking about like how everybody's a movie critic.
Oh, we're talking about
Morbius.
Morbius.
Like Morbius and fucking
yeah, I forgot. So that
Batman
also happened.
shit.
So like raging on Twitter right now is a lot of stupid shit as usual. But
a lot of beautifully stupid shit.
no, some of it's just stupid shit.
And it's laughable.
I've seen a lot of fucked up shit on Twitter recently, but like
Fair.
Twitter's like that one place I get on and I'm like, I am losing brain cells. But some of this are bangers. Like some of these are bangers.
The top tier app.
But also like probably shouldn't be on this so much. No,
yeah, it's probably not great for your mental health to.
But yeah, Will Smith
on Twitter.
slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah, that happened.
And then every fucking celebrity act like 9/11 happened.
That shit was kind of funny.
This has been the most distasteful, disgraceful, worst thing I've ever seen in my lifetime.
I can't believe this crisis has happened. I don't know what my mental state is going to make of this, but I'm going to get back to you guys once I've gone to therapy about this situation that has completely upended my whole life.
Like, people acted like that was the worst. Bro, what?
I was like,
I've seen people get decked for no reason. That is nothing.
Shit. There's like
that is nothing.
There's those videos of somebody just walking down the street and some random person with a ski mask on just coming up and molly-whopping them from behind, fucking knocking them out and just laid out type shit. They just run off.
I will say the memes were great though. The memes that came out of that were honestly top tier. Everyone, I'm not gonna.
Comment sections.
Do I feel bad for Will? Partially, yes. I say he deserves a lot of the hate. No, but also, did he do some of that to himself?
Yes.
All of it, really.
Also, like what we were talking about was how like performative it seemed, whether it was choreographed or not, whether it was an event that was staged and was only trying to boost the reviews and fucking ratings of the Oscars, or if it was an actually like unchoreographed event that Chris Rock didn't know was going to happen, that Will Smith didn't even know was going to happen, but he did it. Like, still at that level, it seemed so performative that there was a deeper agenda than just defending your wife at that level.
I don't know. I feel like there's no way right or wrong. To see where I'm at also on this, there's no right or wrong way to defend your wife or to make a statement because in the moment when emotions are flowing, you gotta make split decisions here and there. I think honestly, was it like a stupid decision? Yeah, like in that moment, like, what did you really prove or show to anybody?
I guess the debate that's not really a
Oh.
debate is like, as a former comedian that Will Smith is, and someone who laughed at the joke that he got so offended that he had to get violent by, how, like, I guess it's like how hypocritical of him type shit, because he's been a comedian that's probably said some stuff that was, edgy enough to maybe get a reaction out of somebody. How would he have liked to have been slapped for something he said just because he's trying to make people laugh? It's like, it's kind of hypocritical, but it's also like, yeah, but that's his wife, you know what I mean? Like,
you shouldn't be making
people are gonna act differently when it comes to their family, and it's like, there's two sides to the coin.
It's tough for me because it's like, on one hand, when people are like, that's not classy. I mean, who said we had to be classy? Okay, it's the Oscars, whatever. Honestly, who really gives a fuck?
I don't give a fuck.
The Oscars are dying anyways.
I'm
like,
not connected to this event.
that's just dumb as it's dumb as fuck.
He
Like,
still won an award.
oh no, he slapped someone at the Oscars. Like, the Oscars is most maybe one time it was prestigious. Now, who really gives a fuck, dude?
It's a trophy.
It's an award ceremony.
Yeah.
For a bunch of rich people. I could give less fucks, bro. Honestly, it'd be funnier if there was just a full on brawl at the Oscars. I would watch it.
That's ratings.
Yeah, fuck. Like, the Oscars is dumb as fuck. And I know people are still worried about the Grammys. I think that shit's stupid as fuck now, too. Because it's like, you know how many good artists there are? It's funny because I hear people now, they're like, oh, the Grammys don't mean shit. But then when their favorite artist wins, they're like, they won a Grammy. I'm like,
yeah,
do you think it matters or do you not think it matters?
Grammy award-winning artists, it's like, yeah, but like last year you said that the Grammys didn't matter because they didn't win. So
the Grammys,
you gotta pick one.
I think it is a. If you win it though, it still means something. You know what I mean?
It means
to
a
get
lot.
to that, to get that accolade,
It means
and
a
get
lot
up
to even be nominated.
Exactly.
But like relatively,
They
it's
don't
not.
really.
It's not what the person that created that art was doing it for.
Yeah, it shouldn't define
If it was,
your
then
artwork.
that kind of takes a little bit away from the art itself.
That's where I'm at. But also, just like the whole Will Smith thing is like, it doesn't, like, in my opinion, it's like,
Winning
they're human beings. You don't have just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you have to be classy and uphold the standard of whatever bullshit they're like.
Yeah.
For Hollywood, you have to, and that was the point people were making was, dude, you have pedophiles and rapists and sexual harassers, fucking all in Hollywood. Someone slaps someone one time, and this motherfucker is a villain in a superhero
crucified
movie.
for
Jesus Christ.
Villain and a superhero. That's funny.
Yeah, he's the villain, bro. He's fucking the Joker all of a sudden. Like, hey, but honestly, also seeing people get roasted out of it, like Amy Schumer, probably well-deserved roast that she's getting on it. That shit's hilarious to me,
He
too.
had that hand cocked, if you know what I'm saying.
Zinger, everybody, zinger.
Let's go.
Thanks, Hancock. Oh, was it Kid Cudi Indica on Indica? Got that Will Smith slap or smack? Chris Rock got that Will Smith smack. He doesn't say Chris. He doesn't say Chris Rock in the song, but he says you're gonna get that Will Smith smack. He does say that in his song. Someone for he's like, so he predicted the future.
Oh my god!
But then there's also I can
Is
see
that song a message to Chris Rock?
I can see why comedians are a little upset at the whole situation though, is because in today's climate,
Sets a precedent.
yeah, Will Smith kind of put something out there to where it's like, I mean, it's already a sensitive climate, and I'm not saying you should talk about people's wives, and some people feel like, oh, you shouldn't talk about people in general. To be fair, comedy shows, if you like comedy shows, when you go there, you better be ready
Right.
to get eaten alive by the fucking
And
comedian.
also, it leaves room for somebody to be offended by something that a comedian says in a comedy club, an amateur or a professional, go up on stage, punch him in the face, and say, you can't arrest me because y'all didn't arrest Will Smith. You can't charge me because y'all didn't charge him. You said he was okay because he was just defending his wife. Well, maybe I was too. You don't know the full story. You can't arrest me because he didn't get in trouble for doing the same thing I did.
Well, first of all, if you're thinking using that logic,
no,
it's
what
like
I'm saying
Will
is
Smith's way above everybody.
whether that's right or
would do
wrong,
that.
you're leaving room for people to feel like that's okay. People are going to feel justified in their actions in doing something like that because they saw someone on TV get away with it.
Yeah, people are
That's
like
what
that.
I'm trying to say.
That's
Is like, whether they're right or wrong, whether they get arrested or not for doing something like that, it's gonna become a situation where somebody's like, I can do that because they did it on TV and they didn't get in trouble for it type shit. It's just like that type of like weird situation that people fall into. It's kind of like the buying a fucking TV ad. It's like, did you really need that shit, or did you just fucking see the commercial so many times that you believed it should be in your house?
That was fucking chia. But it's crazy to me because as comedians, people are like, it was tasteless, or that wasn't in good taste. Yeah, well, it's a fucking joke. Not everything has to be fucking tasteful. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying you should.
Arguably, most jokes are tasteless.
It's like I mean, being a comedian, the art of comedy is a tough thing because you have to watch what you say sometimes. And, it's like, well, maybe if what you say wasn't being rude or dickhead or like offending people. It's like I get it, but also there are people out there whose sole comedy is to make sure you're offended because fuck you. Because
it's part of like
it
pushes boundaries.
It's that whole point of saying, so you feel like your opinion's so important versus someone else's opinion. Of course, I'm gonna break that down and make you look stupid. Because it's like you're over here feeling like as though like, oh no, this and that. It's like, yeah, but also I still have the right as a person to be like, oh no.
But you can
shut
also,
the fuck up, like,
that's what some people don't like kind of like comprehend in that situation. They'll be the person that wants a reaction out of the comedian when really all you're doing to that comedian is giving them a full 30-minute set off of just one moment. It's like, you doing this to me just gave me material. But like,
and the thing was, like, Chris Rock, I mean, a lot after the case, he decided not to press charges, and he even, like, supposedly, like, at one of his sets afterwards, where he did, like, a stand-up thing, people were, like, saying shit about Will Smith, and he was like, chill out, like, telling him, like,
yeah,
there's no need for that. Yeah,
shit.
no need for that.
Yeah.
Which is respectable. It's like, he made a joke, he understood, okay, I guess there was consequences, but he's like, I mean, he understood, like, I know why you did it, it was dumb of you to do that. It was unnecessary for you to handle it that way.
Yeah, and like even if he felt like maybe I shouldn't have gone down that line if you were offended to the level of having to come on stage and smack me type shit. But relatively, like it's kind of the risk that you run whenever you're a comedian. You have to kind of go out on those limbs. You have to push those boundaries because then you'll always wonder why you didn't. You always wonder what you could have said in those moments to get the bigger laugh. And you'll probably wonder that regardless of what you do and how many boundaries you push. You'll always find a different avenue that you probably could have gone down if this happened or if that happened. But and that you'll never be able to work on the past type shit. You just got to keep moving forward and deal with the material you have.
Two comedians that I would say I really enjoy would be, of course, Patrice O'Neal and then Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah.
Two people that, in my opinion, there was like there's no boundaries in what they're gonna say.
I fuck with Tom Segura on that type of level too. Like
oh, dude, that
mostly on his podcast. This shit's fucking hilarious. They go to deep dives of the internet that I've never wanted.
I will say the shit he said about the Will Smith situation, a little out of hand. Did I laugh? Yes, but what was it fucked up? Yes. It was a little unnecessary, but I did think it was funny, which is, it's all relative. But yeah, I'd say he's definitely does not give a fuck, and that man's definitely outlandish.
Oh yeah, for sure not.
But I mean more in their stand-up, like Anthony Jeselnik, that man's like the master of misdirection.
Yeah.
You just setting up the joke, and then you think it's going one way, and then it's not that way, and then you're like, oh, what the fuck?
You're like, why? I was laughing at this, and now I don't know how to feel about myself.
Like, oh, fuck. Like, did I just laugh at an incest joke? That's awful.
Did I just laugh at a fucking, what's it called whenever you, necrophiliac joke?
Yeah, he's making some fucked up jokes, but they're all really good, usually. Like, his shit's fucking hilarious. But besides the point, yeah, it's tough, though, because, in situations when you're a comedian, you go up, you make a joke. But supposedly he had been making jokes about Jada for years. But I'm sure he's made jokes about a lot of people for years. Probably not just her, I would assume.
I guess, like, you could say it's like tasteless to have directed, like, targets in your comedy, but, like, so. Who's to say there's like limitations to what you should and shouldn't say?
Also, to be honest, if you're Will Smith, you should understand you're one of like the most prominent figures in entertainment. Your
Yeah.
whole family is.
Yeah.
Your entire family is one of the most prominent families in entertainment,
Yeah.
including your children. So I mean, to
I-
say you to feel like no one's gonna come my way, that's kind of like, dude, you should know. You should know. I mean, I'm not saying that it should be that way, but that's if you're in that kind of spotlight, you're probably gonna get fucking roasted.
Not to like even like pull at that thread or anything, but all I'm saying is like you really gotta be super insecure about something to let that shit like get to you like that. Cause he was laughing at the joke, and then he look over, and then he got up type shit, and it's like, I get it, dude, but like, you could have handled this a million different ways.
100%. Something else that came out of that interested me is like through the whole thing is like somehow in that it still became a race issue. Yeah, I don't know if you get on Twitter. It's like it still somehow became a race issue, which is I feel like at a point where I'm like, how does everything at this point in life? Which I mean, even though it may have to do with a certain type of like, even if the cases where it is racial things may like be like a somewhat of a little bit involved in it. I don't think it's necessarily prominently a race thing. You know what I mean? It's like basically saying like how the internalized hate towards like black women and then like white people should not have a say in this matter towards what Will Smith did to Chris Rock. There's a lot of that on the internet. Yeah. So it's just like, how does this turn? How did a joke about someone's wife turn into a race issue?
Bro, it's just like people, we've talked about it before, it's just people feel as if their opinion needs to be broadcasted to the masses, even whenever that opinion is
And
highly uneducated.
And then I've seen like white people on there. Like as a white person, I stayed out of this because I felt like I shouldn't have had a say in this. And then they'll say something about it. I'm like, what are we doing here? Is this how we're gonna like? Is this how we gotta present ourselves in every fucking
Right.
As a so and so from so and so, I feel as though.
Right.
That was a rhyme. That's poetry.
That's weird.
No.
That's poetry.
But
In motion, actually.
poetry in motion. It just blows my mind. And it's just like the internet. I feel like people get their whole personalities from the internet these days.
Yeah.
Like people go on there and feel like, what was it? I'm gonna say this. I've been talking about it. I don't care. I gotta just use this as an example because it irks me. But talking about like, remember we were talking about like there was like an artist. I don't like their sets, but they're a huge artist or whatever. And then people just being on some like, oh yeah, this so and so, and like I'll hear them spew opinions that I hear that I was like I saw that posted like a month ago as a viral tweet. Are you just regurgitating some shit you saw, or do you have an original thought? And that was an original thought.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Are we all just regurgitating and like filtering the same shit that we see,
Yeah.
or is like do we have the capability of coming to our own conclusions?
I mean, we have the ability of coming to our own conclusions, but usually they're preset with options set before you. Options that other people have.
Yeah, that scenario was kind of
A lot
wild.
similarities,
I can see why it caused controversy. I don't think it should have caused that much controversy. I thought it was hilarious. The whole situation, like Chris Rock getting slapped, was fucking hilarious. All
It's fucking hilarious, yeah.
more than the joke was. The joke wasn't
mean,
that funny, but like getting
The joke
slapped was
wasn't
hilarious.
even really a joke. It was like a throwaway joke. Like, what does that sound? Sounds like you hear someone's brakes or fucking a gas leak or some shit. The fuck?
You don't hear anything over Orion?
You don't hear that like screech? Do you or do you not hear it?
Yeah. It's either our washer stuff or upstairs.
Okay.
Probably coming from upstairs.
Dope. But no, yeah. I feel as if it only got as much shock value because everyone was like, "Yo, did this really just happen on live television? Is this really happening right now?" It's not that it's shocking to me. I mean, again, one, it seemed super performative, whether that be choreographed or not. Two, I can see why he did it, and I can also see why, if it was choreographed, they would want him to do it type shit. It just provides for good drama and good attraction and good fucking TV.
Yeah, the internet's a
Just
wild
what
place.
people love.
And drama fuels numbers. It does, bro. Fucking controversy fuels traction. It's sad. People would rather see fucking stupid shit happen than good shit. That is a weird sound, though. Might have to check on that a little bit. But, no, okay, we'll dive into some serious shit here.
Some serious poo.
Oh, no, wait. I want to talk about Morbius. I forgot. We haven't seen Morbius, but it's gotten some pretty universally shit reviews. Absolutely dog shit. I haven't
17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I haven't seen one good thing about the movie, to be honest. It's turned into a meme at this point. I think the movie is been bashed on so hard. It's kind of interesting, to be honest. But I think it's kind of crazy because, honestly, I'm not even superhero movies kind of annoy me for the most part these days now. I did go see The Batman, however, and I really enjoyed it. But I think it's weird how, like, these days, like, if it has superhero movies, if it's not, like, over the top explosions or, like, fight scenes, it's automatically probably going to be deemed as trash. Yeah. Or a lot more people won't like it. I'm pretty sure Morbius probably is trash, though. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I assume if it got this many, like, because the Batman wasn't, like, over the top.
Right.
And it got, like, pretty renowned, like, good reviews, you know, so.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays
Hey,
it's
be careful
like
over there, bud. You don't want that,
Yep. All right. Nowadays, I feel like people are super critical when it comes to superhero movies based on all of the, like, outstanding performances that Marvel's created over the years with, like, this Avengers shit. But it doesn't, like, I feel like people take that criticism in the wrong places. Like, why can't someone create a new take on Spider-Man? Or why can't someone create a new take on Superman? Why can't someone create a new take on Iron Man? Like, just because we have these established, like, universes and roles, like, why are you opposed as a fan to seeing different versions of your favorite heroes?
It was like that in the comic books anyways.
Yeah, there's
like
different
they
iterations. There's different, like, universes, and if you accept the lore, then you understand that there's different Earths and different worlds, that these people exist parallel to themselves in different roles as the same, like, powers, but in a different position, whether you're a hero or a villain type shit. It's like there's so much capability and, like, possibility throughout the universes of these superheroes, whether you're talking about Marvel or DC. So, like, why would any critic or fan try to say, like, this was ass? You're just comparing it to something else without taking it for what it is.
With that being said, though, I still feel like I'm going to go watch Morbius. I'm going to come back here and probably say it's garbage.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the same. I'm still going to watch it. I'm just not going to wait. I'm going to wait for it to come out to, like, where it's free.
Low-key, I think Darian has some, like, 2 free passes to the movie theater. He said I could go with him, so I'll probably take him up on that offer because I don't want to pay to see the movie.
I definitely don't want to pay to see.
I don't want to pay to see something that's a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, to be fair, I don't think Rotten Tomatoes is the, the end-all, be-all.
It's a good indication. Orion, we're not starting this, buddy.
But what I will say is, I mean, if it's a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes and it universally got shit reviews, I don't want to watch it. But also, I think people are so critical of, like, in my opinion, I think most movies and TV shows, it's all like, I think I would rather take someone's review if they like shitty movies. You know what I mean? Like, if they love to watch, like, really shitty B-rated movies, I would probably personally take their opinion over most people, because at least I know they can find beauty in, like, certain types of art. You know what I mean?
Right.
Rather than just like, oh, the movie didn't have this or this, or it was supposed to be this way and this way. It sucked. I mean, I'm critical of movies still, but, like, I mean,
it wasn't produced by 20th Century Fox or DreamWorks, so get me out of there.
like, I am still critical. Don't get me wrong, of movies and like shows and shit. But I'm more critical in the sense like I like things that are more like outlandish. Like I like more fantasy shit, like or like things that seem to have like a different take or like more of an original style of something. Like I mean, of course it was a remake, but The Dark Crystal, the TV show, I mean, of course was like a rendition on the movie that came out in the 80s. Show was phenomenal. Dark on Netflix. Show is phenomenal. The Witcher. I mean, that's a pretty popular one. Also, another phenomenal like take on like ideas that have already been displayed in the past, but like the way that they were like made and went about like the storytelling and then like the cinematography. Like Euphoria. Don't get me wrong. I've seen clips and stuff. Like the cinematography looks amazing, but like overall the storyline and plot just seem like they fall a little bit. Just like for me, I mean, of course, like I everyone says, "Oh, the drama's so good and everything heats up and like the characters." And I've seen multiple scenes where people are like, "This acting is so good," and I watch it, I'm like, "Are we fucking serious? You call this good? Like, this is pretty bad." So, in my opinion, I think the acting is very subpar from what I've seen.
I'll say their character development,
Gets better.
cinematography, and honestly, like ability to portray like not high school and not even really teenagers, but like this is gonna sound weird. Portray like emotions, like some of their music, lighting, and everything that has to do is like can completely like. I'm trying to think of the word. It feels like you're feeling the emotion that the character's feeling based on some of the like ways that they portray that emotion that they're feeling type shit. It's pretty well thoroughly done. There are portions of it though that are kind of cringy because if you're me or I'm sure you've seen like Degrassi and like all these other different skins, like all these different like coming of age shows where it's like high schoolers doing random crazy drugs and sex and all kinds of shit and getting and dealing with the outcomes and results of life and shit like that. You've seen it before.
Teen pregnancy, fucking
theoretically,
rape, fucking school shooting.
Theoretically, it's been done, but the idea is like so is a lot of other things, but you still enjoy some other things that have been done in a better rendition.
I don't think that was a better rendition.
I think you got to give it a shot. I still haven't seen the first season. The second season was good. I mean I enjoyed it. I did. There was some parts where I was like, I mean, I can't really fuck with this part because I mean these characters seem dumb as shit. But like that's any show, honestly. Like every show that I've watched has certain portions of it where you're like, I mean, this could have been left out, and I almost would be.
Oh yeah, that 70s show.
Yeah, there's certain episodes like
I think that's all funny. I can't.
There's certain episodes where Donna was dating like Kelso's brother and shit like that, and I was like, I mean, like.
Oh, you're talking about the later,
like the later seasons. And
that
shit.
What's his name, Andy or something?
There's certain stuff where I was like, you could call it necessary because of like how Fez and Jackie's relationship started to build, and stuff, and how Kelso like became a cop and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Like, don't get me wrong, you could say that some of those portions were necessary. I could say that some of those portions were unnecessary. But they did build the story on other ends.
No, yeah, I will say once Eric left, the show took a decline.
Took a turn, yeah.
Yeah, it took a
so that's what I'm saying. In every show, there's going to be at least a portion of it where you're like, I'm glad I saw this episode for continuity, for like the canonically speaking, I can know what's going on. But I didn't really enjoy this episode. You know what I mean? And I would say that for sure, Euphoria is no different.
Yeah, I'll probably give it a shot.
Degrassi's no different. I mean, Skins is no different.
Oh yeah, Degrassi definitely had its cringe moments for sure, without a doubt. I mean, dude, that show though was covering shit long before. Like,
it was definitely
before
ahead of
its time. Yeah,
sure,
dude, 100%. Skins too though.
That's true.
Skins like the later seasons too, bro. Like fire as fuck.
But that's kind of what I'm saying. It's
cinematography got better along the way as well.
I'll think about it, like, kind of say it this way. It's like Rogue One in the Star Wars series got kind of shit on, but relatively the only reason I think it got shit on is because it kind of doesn't really have anything to do with most of the storyline, like, that like goes on with the rest of the series.
It's just like its own little...
It's kind of like a side piece that seems like a cash grab. It is a good story, but again, it really has kind of nothing to do with anything else other than like some minor pieces to stories and shit like that. And some of it's not even like canon, so like it's it's kind of like, all right, I appreciate the lore, but I think that's all that you were really giving me.
I need to go back and watch Star Wars.
Yeah,
I know.
So watched the whole series again recently.
I need to do that. Because I've watched a couple of the old movies, but I don't really remember much. And I really liked like the style of it for the time
For
the
its
time it was
time, yeah.
filmed. Yeah, it was actually done pretty well. I can't say if I really enjoyed the newer ones as
I
much,
want to watch
but
Lord of the Rings again. I haven't seen that series.
dude, that's still a fucking banger.
Mm-hmm.
Lord of the Rings is such a banger of a movie. They're so long
You
though.
gotta dive into them for sure.
Yeah, you got to be prepared, dude.
Mm.
Like when I was younger, it took me forever to get through them because I'd fall asleep halfway through. Like
You know, it's a
movie.
fire series that I feel like is slept on.
Hmm.
The Transporter series with Jason Statham.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's okay. I mean, for an action movie, I guess.
I think they're pretty good.
Jason Statham's definitely a character. It's like, okay, I've seen you.
Niche character for sure.
Very niche character,
Yeah.
very specific. He's not playing any other type of way. He's aggressively talking.
He's wearing a 3-piece suit and he's able to beat your ass at any moment.
That's every single time. All right, now we can dive into the
The
deep.
serious poo.
Okay, why'd you? I don't.
Because
Yeah.
you said serious shit earlier.
Oh,
No, I said serious poo.
I hope y'all know that he thinks he's proud. Like he's proud of himself for that one. I'm looking at. He
so
is.
fucking proud.
He's so proud of himself. He was waiting on that one. He was like,
No, I said it earlier. I said it again now.
Oh, I didn't hear you the last time.
Yeah.
So
'cause
is that why you
don't-
reset it?
I reset
You
it
wanted me to
'cause
hear
I
it.
wanted you to hear it.
I knew that. I knew it.
My dog wants you to hear it too.
Hey, it's gonna be okay, alright. I promise.
What's the serious poo?
Oh, fucking shit, dude. Nah, bro. I was just based off of some shit that personally, like, I've been feeling lately. I just kind of wanted to, cause you never know. I'm sure a lot of people feel like this. Not like necessarily everybody, you know, but I'm sure. Yeah.
You never
Might be going through it right now. Just like I can't even explain it in the best way, but I'm gonna try. You know, just like constant feeling of just like sadness, like almost like a loneliness in a sense of just like pushing every day. Maybe like unworthiness. I would even. Is that the word? Feeling unworthy. Yeah, unworthiness. Right. That's what
I don't know like what word you're trying to convey.
unworthiness. Like that's. Is that a word?
Is a
That's
word?
word.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
You
the word.
said,
I'm
is
looking-
that the word? I was like, I don't. I mean,
No,
it might
for
be.
he said for maybe.
It depends on what you're trying to say.
Nah, but like yeah, just I mean, 'cause personally I went through like. So I was with somebody, then I wasn't, but it wasn't even just that. It was just like feelings of like. I don't want to. It's like what's the word I'm looking for?
Loss.
No, I wasn't feeling lost. It was more so just my own self-worth. You know what I mean? Lack of self-worth in that feeling, like feeling kind of you know, am I worth, you know, like am I worth it to some people, you know what I mean, whether or not, because I mean it didn't end on like a bad note or anything, it just didn't end on like a great note either. I mean you can't end anything necessarily on a great note half the time,
Yeah.
but like a lot of those feelings came forth, and I was just thinking about it, just like for anybody that feels like sad out there, like lonely in those moments, man, it's gonna be okay. You have to realize, like, and the tough thing is, I was thinking about is like I have quite a few people that love me in life. You know what I mean? That were there for me and want me to succeed. I know a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have like maybe they might have one person. Some people don't have any people to go to really talk about it. Like people have friends, but doesn't mean they have someone to really express how they feel, 'cause sometimes those people don't understand their feelings.
Right.
So how are they gonna understand yours?
That's true.
You know? And it's just it was a tough thing. It was just like kind of reverted back to when I was younger. What I would do like was just like listen to a lot of sad music.
Mm-hmm.
It's comforting. Like I listen to a lot of shit with piano
Mm-hmm.
and like violins in it. Really sad shit.
Okay.
Like really orchestral, like you know, it's just like fucking
Just like
dark piano keys are like on the piano, and just like deep chords, yeah. But then like, you know, like little runs down the piano keys,
Okay.
and then fucking the violin coming in like slow and shit. It's like,
Right.
You know, you're just like, fuck.
But I mean,
I'm in the mountains
of
right
course, everyone has moments and days that they feel that way, but I think it gives you an opportunity in those moments for you to like, and obviously it's easier said than done, but in those moments you definitely have an opportunity to understand that your worthiness shouldn't depend on whether someone else thinks you're worthy or not. It has to like come from within. You have to do, I guess, what it takes for you to feel like you are worthy before anyone else can ever feel that way. Because if what you depend on for your happiness or for your to feel successful or for you to feel worthy is for someone else to tell you that, it's like you might not ever get that. You might be chasing something that's unattainable. But why would you ever need that if you felt worthy about yourself?
I mean, I think it was deeper just than that too. I mean, it was also just uh, like doing this podcast, something I love to do, and then we kind of weren't able to do it for that allotted amount of time, and then on
Yeah.
top of that, have so many ideas that I want to like execute, but I just get caught up in like life. You know what I mean? Just like I'll go out too much sometimes, or I'll just get caught up in some of the bullshit like. Oh, after work, let's go grab a drink. It's like, God, no, you know what I mean? The discipline on that, and like not being able to, not that I'm not able to, but just like self-sabotaging almost on the things that I want to do, because I'm getting caught up in my head and like overthinking everything, and then I end up just not doing it, and then that just leads to another. It's like a rabbit hole effect of just
Right.
not doing that, which leads to me like
Things compound into each other.
feeling a certain type of way, which then also leads me to feeling less motivated.
So you do less and then
Yeah, and then I feel that way
more.
again, and it's a ruthless cycle to do, or like even not even just come out of, just like to figure out like why you feel that way in the first place, and then
Yeah.
understanding, okay, what steps can I take right now to come out of this hole that I have dug myself in
Mm-hmm.
accidentally most of the time. You know what I mean? You don't even realize it till it's too late, and you're just like, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, sometimes it's like you can call it accidentally, but sometimes it's subconsciously purposeful. Sometimes you want to feel like shit. Sometimes you want to see your dirty clothes, dirty room, and see all this clutter and feel like a slob and shit like that. But subconsciously, though, you might be in a hole where you don't even know that you're doing it to yourself, but relatively, it's all you've ever wanted type shit because you're in that place of not feeling worthy, of feeling sad. So you want to feel like you want your environment to feel like how you feel inside type shit subconsciously.
So you create it more.
You create it subconsciously.
Yeah, I mean,
Put yourself in situations that you know you don't want to be in, but you feel like you deserve to be there.
yeah, like
So
that's what self sabotage
you
is.
go
Yeah,
into their head every now and then.
which that
Like
does happen a lot too, and
and like that's something that you gotta like contrast with like I guess you have to contrast it with your ability to change yourself on a moment's notice, on a day's notice, on a week's notice, on a month's notice, like whether however long it takes you, you can be the person you want to be. It does take steps to get there, and it may feel impossible, but it's not. It just takes putting one foot in front of the other and making those steps happen.
it just makes me think too. Like it made me feel for like people who have severe anxiety or like really
Yeah.
severe depression, because depression is like a chemical imbalance in your brain. Like that's not something you could just flip off. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, feeling for those people really like it hit me, because I was just like, damn. Because you could have someone to talk to all day, but that doesn't. It's
Right.
not always gonna help. You know what I mean? It's something like that's why like therapy exists. You know what I mean? Therapy and just like being able to talk with somebody every day and just like having, because like subconsciously your brain will take that in every.
Mhm.
It's like that consistency of every day, and like that's what's the toughest part too, is you're not gonna always see that change. You tell yourself, I can do this.
Mhm.
You're not gonna see that change tomorrow always.
Yep.
It could be months down the line, could be a year down the line, or a couple years before you actually start seeing like the metamorphosis of your actions prior to that, or like the help that you've been getting. Because some people think getting help or like having people there is gonna change it instantly. Why don't I feel better?
Adverse to that, you could like say the opposite side of the coin would be someone that would tell themselves they don't need therapy, but by little, 365 days later, they've their things that they've needed to work out haven't been worked out. They've only grown inside of them, and things have changed this person just because they decided that they didn't have a problem. And you can be blinded by that until that problem is too late. It's to fix type shit, and that's where a lot of like addiction comes from. That's where a lot of suicide comes from. That's where a lot of like displacement comes from. People feeling like they just got to get out. They don't know that they're just not comfortable. Not whether it's their environment or their household or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Like there's so many situations that are unique and also at the same time not that unique. It's happened before. There's been situations that have been similar. There's people that have dealt with similar things. You can find these people and wonder to yourself like, if they got it through that, then maybe I can too. There's avenues, but then there's also the same on the like that same token. There's gonna be the avenues for you like, they didn't get through it, maybe I won't either.
Fuck, that is true.
It's like, fuck.
I say my cynicism has definitely like both hindered me and helped me in the sense of like in those situations too. You know, for people going through that stuff, and like you said, there are some people you look at. Some people like they got through it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people like, but the thing is that's tough is some of those people got through it by themselves, and some people aren't always capable of doing it themselves. Like
right.
You are capable of it, but you know,
right.
You shouldn't always have to do it by yourself. But then it's always like sucks because like the way I view things now, I haven't gone through like as much as I have. It's like, don't get me wrong, like I've met a lot of cool people, a lot of really nice people, like some beautiful people, but just because everyone's like cool or nice in that moment doesn't mean like they're ready to be there for you, or
right.
they're able to be there for you how you want them to be there for you, or even just like they're generous, but it doesn't mean like they're really like, because everyone's worried about their own shit. You know what I mean? The toughest part is realizing that a lot of people are so caught up in their own shit, are caught up in the way that they see things. Like, helping you is, like, so far outside of whatever they've got going on.
And it's
they can't, it's not even that they're trying to be assholes half the time. It's just fathoming what it really means to be there for somebody is not even.
And it's sad because understanding that leaves you to question yourself whenever you meet somebody that actually is willing to give you that actually is willing to provide that type of friendship for you, because you're not used to it and you feel like you're used to getting something that you don't feel you deserve. So once you do have what you deserve, you feel like you don't know what to do with it type shit. Yeah. I mean, I've kind of been in like a similar situation like in the last couple weeks, like where I've had, without my like permission, like kind of contact with my biological father, who I don't know, thrown into my life, and kind of just having to deal with that while having to just go to work and be in a relationship and, you know, just be a father to my dog and stuff like that. Like that shit can't affect my performance in life. Otherwise I can't pay the bills, or I'm a shitty boyfriend or a shitty dog father type shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I can't let that shit affect my performance, but that doesn't mean it doesn't affect me. And relative to that, it's like I kind of had to make a decision that the emotions that I've felt, the things that I've gone through with this in the past type shit is in the past, and that I can be above that, and I can choose the like higher road and actually, you know, do what's best for me. And so it took a fucking ton of emotions for me to get to that place, but relatively, I now kind of hold like that position with my biological father that I always felt like I deserved. Like as a kid, like I felt like I deserved at least some type of contact. You know what I mean? Like if he's alive and he knows who I am, where I live, what my address is, like what my email address is, phone number, like why do I not get any type of contact? You know what I mean? Now that I like have the ability to get that contact and I feel like I got what I deserve, it's like I don't even want it. I don't even know what to do with it. I feel like weird holding what I thought I always wanted in my hand type shit, because I don't want it anymore. It doesn't have the same luster that it once had. And maybe never will.
But like but once again, internalizing that, not
Yeah.
if you don't take a step back, like you said, I mean, you have to do all these other things. But if you
Yeah.
don't take a step back, because like if you get so caught up in that, and you're like, I'm not able to fully process this. It's just gonna internalize
Right.
into a feeling that you may not have wanted in the first place.
Correct.
And I mean, you gotta kind of recognize that, because it's easy to brush it off, like
Mhm.
but like what you don't realize is sometimes that shit festers
That's it.
into something later,
That's
and
what
like
I meant.
you
It's
have
like,
you have to like take a step back and be like, fuck, if I don't like take like notice to this now and like deal with it now, it's gonna become something later that like I didn't even realize it was becoming, because I was so caught up in all this other shit. And like that's how I feel too. It's just like being a server. Don't get me, it's just like I work a lot, but I
Mhm.
play hard because I work a lot. You know what I mean? So it's like me working hard, and like, oh fuck, getting caught up in the lifestyle. Like, I need a drink after work. You know what I mean? It's been a long ass day. Like,
Yeah.
I need a
I
drink.
could
But
use a drink type.
yeah, I
shit.
go out and then I wake up and then I'm like tired. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And then it's like I gotta take care of whatever shit I need to take care of before I have to go into work. And then I go into work again and get off, and like might not go out that night, but I'm
like
still tired. And I gotta wake up, go to work. You know what I mean? You just
Responsibilities get pushed.
and then it's like I have, like you said,
Desires
I
get
have
pushed.
animals,
Yeah.
like keep like whether it's dishes or vacuuming or like keeping my room clean, make sure everything's good. Car shit
Just like
car shit comes up. I gotta make sure I'm working extra shit for get my parts for my car. I gotta get that shit fixed now. You know what I mean?
it
Like,
just becomes like a situation where even simple maintenance can feel like something that bothers you or like a chore because of how much little energy you have.
and then you have these feelings that come up. You know what I mean? It's like all these things I
Yeah.
want to do, and then. I mean, I think that's what like when a lot of people when they get older, when they get resentful, is because they had all these plans and shit, but they got so caught up in the rut of life, trying to make something of themselves in the midst of trying to
Like
survive.
the idea of like a parent trying to like live through their child type shit because they didn't get to do what they think they wanted to do.
Because they got so caught up in just
Right.
everyday life. It's easy to do, man. It's fucking, and those feelings can weigh on you, and the further you push them down and you don't recognize them, the more you're gonna become the person you never wanted to become, because you're so used to, you're just like, okay, I got to keep pushing along, which you do, because time doesn't fucking stop. It keeps going, so you have to push along. But I mean, doesn't mean you can't like focus on
Right.
like how you feel, and like at least take notice to it and try to work through it. Cause yeah, you gotta push on, but it doesn't mean you have to fucking push things down and to the back.
Yeah, 'cause I mean that isn't beneficial to you whatsoever. You're relatively just putting things off until later. It's not like you're actually putting them off or turning them off or doing anything with them other than storing them. And everything that's stored at some level will come out.
Yeah, it's honestly something that's helped me though. Is like with all the friends I do have in my life and like family, is like I'm at least honest. Like, it's like, are you okay? I'm like, no. I will be. I'm not right now though. Like, I'm sad. Definitely sad. It's like, damn. It's like, anything I can do for you? No, not really. But it's being here is like being there is enough. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm chipper as hell. Fuck no, dude. Like,
But
I'm
also-
not feeling.
But
okay.
also recognizing that is also it's not one of two things. It is two things. It's one, good for you because at least you're not in denial about what you're feeling. At least you're able to be honest with yourself and others about where you're at. A lot of people will not be able to do that because they feel like they gotta put up a wall or they can't admit that weakness or whatever it may be type shit.
Yeah.
Two, what it does is shows that you're in that stage of growth. Because personally, if someone's truly in pain and doesn't know what to do, they won't, in my opinion, seek help. I've seen it a lot because, like, I don't know, dude. Like, I've had it, like, it was weird because, like, whenever I went through, like, my, like, major breakup that hurt me, like, probably how you're feeling right now, so many people were telling me their stories of like how their breakups affected them and how they felt now and da 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 da, and all I would hear in those stories was my own story, and it would just bring up my own feelings, and like I would always tell myself, like, no matter what they would say, no matter how their story would end, I would always find a way to tell myself, yeah, but you're not me. and that's not my situation. So I can't take that in stride and really learn anything from the story you just told me. I was like fully in denial, fully in denial about like really any type of growth going forward. I was fully just like not trying to hear that. That doesn't have nothing to do with me, whether you're giving me advice or not. It's not my story. It's not comparable because that's not me. You're not me. Like type shit. I was fully in denial, and like I've seen a lot of people like that too. So like I think it's kind of, and this is gonna sound weird, beautiful that you're able to consciously think the way that you think. Because not a lot of people can sit back and understand that it's unhealthy to lie about how you truly feel.
Yeah, it's not good. The thing is, I mean, we're just so used to putting on a face though, because
Right.
people don't want to hear your shit.
There's a
But I
mask.
honestly don't care. Like I'm
Right.
gonna be honest. Like I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not lying for you or me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't give a fuck. Like you don't want to hear it. Don't ask me next time. How about that?
Yeah. Right.
Don't ask me how I am. We're both better off then if that's the case. Like I didn't tell you to ask me how I was, asshole. But now
Asshole.
the thing was, is just like the sadness isn't always just like I'm sad all the time. You know
Right.
what I mean? I mean, for some people they are sad all the time, but like it's not always that's the case. You know what I mean? You're not just like 24/7. I'm sad.
You're not in that.
That shit comes in waves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It comes at different times. Certain things trigger certain memories or
intensities.
yeah. It's not always gonna be the same thing all the time. And it's like it's hard to recognize that sometimes because you're like, I mean, like I feel good most of the time, but it's like. Yeah, but like when you are sad, you know, you're probably like if you're sad, it's okay to be sad. You know what I mean? Like if you
It's a human
if it's an everyday thing, then yeah, you're probably in a state like
of depression.
or like not even just depression, just like overcoming feelings you haven't yet accepted, or like overcoming feelings you
That's
have
fair.
finally accepted and you don't know what to do with yet, and you're trying to figure out what to do with it and how to overcome it. Cause that shit consumed me. I was just thinking about shit every day. Things were pulling up old memories, certain like little instances or like the smell like of certain foods. It's stupid, but like that's just how my brain works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, dude. Like, just want peace.
Yeah.
It's like little things would just like trigger me, and I just fuck. But I mean, of course, it didn't like affect me to the extent of like me just going in like a super deep hole. But I mean, it definitely affected my motivation on a lot of things. I would say.
Yeah. I feel
And
that.
plus, I got a lot of shit going on too.
Yeah,
so-
but like it's kind of what is it, the testament of life, or I guess it's not really like a saying or anything, but I feel like everybody has those moments where you feel like you're already down and the world's still kicking you. It's kind of not about, and it's going to sound insensitive, but it's not about what's happening to you in the moment. It's about how you react to it and how it affects you, how you let it affect you, how you let it affect who you want to be and who you really are. It's fucking tough in the moment to really make that type of like sensible decision to say like, this hurts, but I gotta get this shit done. This hurts, but I gotta be this person for these people. This hurts, but I gotta do this and that. Because like relatively for someone like that doesn't have a whole lot of responsibilities outside of feeding themselves and paying their own bills, like, you know what I mean, like we don't have kids or anything like that.
Yeah.
Relatively, it's like we have room, we wiggle room to be a shitty person because our like main effect on people isn't as great as it could be. Like we're not training other humans to be like us type shit is what I'm saying. Our like main effect on people is whether or not people attribute their thought processes to us. Like if I'm a shitty person to you, you can say fuck off, I don't like you and I don't want to be around you, or you can say I like you and I want to be around you. But like that is a choice that you're making, and I'm not really making that big of an impact on the world in that moment just by being shitty to you and you saying fuck off or saying what's up, dog. It could be, but like relatively, it's not that like the like chain reaction involves like one or two people like between each other. Yeah, no, I get you. I know what you're saying. That's a extreme. Yes, yes. What I was trying to say was like we have, I guess, yeah. But what I meant was is like not actually like being a hateful person or doing something like violent or shitty or anything like that. I guess I just kind of meant like being an asshole. But what I was kind of trying to say is like not giving a shit about how people view you can have large impacts, in my opinion, if you have like a following, even as little as just your family type shit. But like for you and I, like our impacts on people's lives aren't as huge as they could be type shit, to where if we were shitty to someone, then they would be like, oh fuck, well I gotta go be shitty to these people because Daniel said this at work and da 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 da. I don't think people think about us that way. Right. That's kind of how I am too. Right. Exactly. So like that's kind of what I was talking about. But like it just kind of goes back to like the golden rule of treating people how you want to be treated. And to me, none of us really know how we want to be treated. We think we do. We think we want to be respected, but we don't really. Some of us, at least, don't really do anything to gain that respect, but think we are entitled to it. Some of us think that we should be able to have this type of opportunity whether we work for it or not. And people are in that state of mind of thinking that people should treat them nicely just because they think they put a smile on and treat people nicely. It's like the world works differently than that. It's a little bit complex, like more complex than that. Mm-hmm. My thing is that like I guess like something I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to find a way to like lead into it, but like the way I view it is like why does heaven or hell have to be an afterlife specific thing? Why can't it be like depending on where your mind is at and what you're doing with your life, whether you're following what you want to be doing or being the person that you should be, even if you're not following what you want to be doing, type shit. Like, why does it have to be a purely afterlife thing? What if you can live in hell on earth or heaven on earth? What just depending on whether or not you're following the path you should be on. But like, the judgment, the only person that could make that judgment would be yourself, and that goes back to what I was talking about of like saying like if you feel unworthy, that could have immense effects on your actual experience in life. If you feel like you don't deserve shit, then you probably won't get shit because you're not going to be as ambitious, you're not going to be as motivated, you're not going to be as whatever you say that it could lead to a better opportunity. You're not going to get that because you felt from go as if it shouldn't be yours. And like that could also on the other flip of the coin, people call it confidence whenever someone walks in a room and commands the attention and does the it's like is it confidence or is this person really walking in there with purpose, knowing what's up? Because they did the preparation and the procedures beforehand, and their performance is going to lead in exactly as their preparation followed. Right. Yes. True. But that's kind of what I'm. Yes, that's true. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like life is gonna throw enough shit your way, so you stepping in your own way is just gonna hinder you further. Mm-hmm.
have to understand. Like, you gotta be confident in yourself, and you also have to be confident in your ability to filter out people that are wasting your time.
You also got to pay attention, bro. It's just like
A lot.
people are gonna show you how they feel about you, whether you think they won't or not, whether you dismiss it or not. People are gonna show you how they feel.
In a sticky situation, how to keep up. And like, it's different for everybody. Everyone has like a certain point. Like, nah, fuck you, buddy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it might be the littlest moments, like for some people. Some people might ride with you all the way. You never know.
Right.
It's a tough thing out there. I personally have always noticed a lot of people have feelings that might be pent up or they're holding back. Like they have to put on a smile or put on a. Be genuine to yourself, and that doesn't always. Being genuine to yourself and to others doesn't always mean being happy and smiling and nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay to be sad. It's okay if you're angry at things. You know, be honest with yourself. Be honest with others. Like none of those good things are gonna be bad. That was a part of something I had to learn too. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be sad sometimes. I'm gonna be upset sometimes. I'm gonna say how I feel, and I'm gonna treat people accordingly to how they treat me. And the thing is, I might not always be like prettiest face in the sense of like, oh, I'm always gonna put on a smile and like be nice, but I'll hold it down. And like to understand your feelings is to understand other people's feelings. So like it's okay to feel how you feel, and it's okay to talk about how you feel. Not everyone's gonna rock with it, but there will be people that will gravitate to you that will rock with it.
It's true.
We're gonna get through it. We're gonna
That being said, this has been fine and dandy, and this has been a great episode. Welcome back, everybody. We have missed you very much, and don't think we forgot about our friend Doofles. Doofles is still in the building, as he will forever be.
probably between us.
As he will forever be.